Shoshana Cardin, American Jewish leader with a beautiful Hebrew name. You are always connected to your Jewish roots, to the land of Israel, and to Jews of all the world. Shoshana, you teach everybody that the leader has to know how to fight without compromise for the big ideas in which you believe. But you also taught us that fighting for the ideas, you never forget about the people who are behind this idea. And that's how we remember you. Thank you for all. Mazal tov.
Acharai developed after I had been to a number of events where speakers spoke and called on their tradition or religion in their speaking, whether it was a prayer breakfast or whatever. And I thought, we don't really do that. As Jews, we can head an organization, but we don't really call on our heritage when we speak or when we explain why we feel the way we feel. And that it would be important for Jewish leaders to be able to call upon our heritage, our teachings, our code of ethics when they speak, and to show that they know what they are. And so the concept for Acharai, which is for people who are leaders on the ladder of leadership, on their way to the top, to be able to understand that there's a tremendous, tremendous heritage that we've inherited, from which we can quote, learn, and teach.
And of course, here she was the breakthrough person, and she was the role model. She showed the way. And she was the kind of leader that was interested in developing other leaders. It wasn't something, well, this is my turf and I want to shine in this way and I shine by being higher and the others lower. That's not what her. Her nachas, her reward was seeing others rise.
She is a role model for me. One, she's been a mentor for me, and she has been the model for me in terms of being a Jewish leader. She's a model for me in terms of being a woman who believes that women are meant to be in the boardroom and leadership positions.
As a young professional in the field, there were very few women role models, and Shoshana was extraordinarily important for young women in the field. We really looked up to her. She was she is dynamic and incredibly knowledgeable and forceful and persuasive, and she just was everything we wanted to be.
She was very much a trailblazer. Shoshana proved that a woman could lead one of the major Jewish organizations and be respected by her colleagues, all of whom were men, and at the same time bring the very unique kind of viewpoint and skills that a woman brings to an organization and not lose that.
She also, as a woman, has to be as good or better than anyone else, and she usually is. She has a knack of talking to people and drawing them closer, but she also has the strength to do what is necessary.
When she became the first woman president of the Council of Jewish Federations, she said, "The men think I'm a pushover, but I'm not." And I can tell you she wasn't, and because of that, we only admired and loved her even more.
The beauty about Shoshana Cardin is she works behind the curtain. I used to call Shoshana on issues that in her, at that point, in her agenda, when she was dealing with Soviet Jewry and all these global issues that related to the day-to-day work of the Baltimore Jewish community, she was always there. And when she entered a room and we needed to achieve a consensus, people looked up to her. She was the most revered, respected. I could always count on her.
She had this dream that she not only helped to create, but she is still involved as a board member. So she is one who likes to get her hands dirty, and we appreciate that.
I'm most proud of Acharai that the concept not only survived, but that people want to be members in the Acharai program. The fact that they think they will learn from it, and in fact they have learned from it, and they're very proud of having been in the Acharai program. I'm very proud of that. It could have failed, and I knew that, but it succeeded, and I'm very, very happy for that. And I think there are a number of leaders in Baltimore who are happy that they've had the opportunity.
Her strength is that she's always mission-driven. She never forgets the purpose of her involvement, and she stays on target. She is knowledgeable. She sees the world through a Jewish lens, which is most uncommon in the Jewish world today.
The respect that she gets really comes from her principles, her value system. It's such an integrated part of who she is that I think it affects everything that she does. She doesn't give them up for political reasons.
She was absolutely brilliant. But more than that, she had a scope and a breadth and a depth about her, which was extraordinary. I mean, she both in terms of worldly knowledge, Jewish knowledge, secular knowledge, religious knowledge. She was at home in all of these. And what was interesting, that she was able to coalesce and interweave all these different strands into a seamless global ensemble. And that provided a frame of reference from which she was able to take her actions, her decisions, and her lifetime commitments.
I think Jewish leadership carries with it responsibility to recognize what our message is. I do believe we have a particular message to the world, and Jewish leadership should be able to translate that message into whatever action they're involved. The richness of the heritage we have is such that we can all learn and we can all benefit, personally as well as organizationally. And I believe that firmly. I believe that we can enhance our daily lives by knowing what was taught, what we can learn, by understanding what motivated others to lead and to be factors in the promotion of Jewish culture and literature and literacy. I think that's what I would like. That's what I would like.
Shoshana's footprint on Baltimore is indelible. She has made a major impact, and her legacy will be felt for generations to come. Not only what her wonderful family that she left us with, who are very active in our community, but also her virtues, her ethics, and the way in which she lived her life.
She is certainly entitled to this honor. She deserves it. I hope she enjoys it fully, and that she continues from strength to strength.
She should have nachas from everything that she has accomplished, not only from her children, who are all Jewish, and her grandchildren, but also from the many children and the many people she's influenced in this field, and how much she's enriched the community.
Shoshana, we are all better off by knowing you and working with you. And I can say, continue to wear that crown of a good name for the rest of your life. You deserve it, and you are quite an extraordinary individual.
For the 40 years that I've been involved in Jewish communal life, Shoshana Cardin has been a beacon of leadership. Shoshana, may you go from strength to strength.
What you have given to the Jewish world is something that I don't think anyone will ever duplicate. May you continue to go from strength to strength.
I'm hoping you'll be here till 120. We've needed you in the past. We need you today. Your very presence, your being, is so essential to the heart of the Jewish people, locally in Baltimore, nationally and internationally. God bless you. We wish you the very best.